Matter of fact, we're going to do that right now. Candle Genius here with a boy named Mo. Kirby Moses, thanks for joining us tonight, Kirby. He's got his headset off. He's getting ready here for the game. This is Veterans Appreciation Night here in St. Ansgar. So thanks for joining us for this one. We are just a few minutes away from announcing. Actually, before we go to the game, it's going to be pretty exciting. Each player has brought a veteran with them. They'll be walking across here, and we're going to be watching that. LFA on camera tonight. You're going to love this. She is a master at the camera. So thanks for joining us. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to be back right after this with Veterans Appreciation Night here, St. Ansgar versus Clarksville.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by St. Ansgar Chiropractic.
Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
Watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Since 1983, Johnson Oil has been delivering more than fuel. We've been delivering a peace of mind. We know every customer has unique needs, and we're here to meet them with the level of care and attention you won't find anywhere else. We're proud to support the communities we serve and to support lasting relationships built on trust, reliability, and service you can depend on. Johnson Oil, your trusted local provider committed to you in North Iowa.
Focus Insurance Team, safeguarding our neighbors in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota from risk.
Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the St. Ansgar school system, where it is used for the education of our students, the equipment used to create these streams, and the athletic department so that our students can keep competing in the sports that are near to their hearts. Thank you for supporting St. Ansgar, and thank you for giving butter.
This broadcast is made possible thanks to the generous contributions of the advertisers you see here, as well as the Foundation for the Enhancement of Mitchell County and the Saints Legacy Fund.
Every single job that we do, either one or both of the owners are on the roof overseeing and often installing the products, which is something that we really pride ourselves on and make sure that we're going above and beyond.
Thank you, Patterson Seed and St. Ansgar, for your generous contributions to Saints TV. For more information on how Patterson Seed can help you get higher yields, contact Mike Patterson at mike@pattersonseed.com.
The Mitchell County Substance Abuse Coalition creates awareness of the impact of substance abuse and encourages change through collaborative prevention efforts. MCSAC meets on the fourth Tuesday of each month at 4 p.m. at the Mitchell County Courthouse in Osage. We are looking for new members to join the coalition to work together to build healthy communities within Mitchell County.
Mitchell County Public Health wants to remind you that measles is highly contagious but preventable. Make sure you and your loved ones are up to date on the MMR vaccine. Protect your community, vaccinate today. Together we can keep Mitchell County healthy and measles free. Contact Mitchell County Public Health to check your vaccination records, schedule an appointment to get vaccinated, or learn more about measles and MMR.
Did you know the EJ has an app? Available to download in your App Store for free. We can't wait to hear how you like it. Search Enterprise Journal and look for our logo, you know the one, or scan the QR code below. It's so easy, even a child could do it.
Good evening, and thank you for being here and joining us for Veterans Appreciation Night tonight. As we celebrate our nation's independence this coming week, it's important to celebrate those who dedicated to protecting and upholding the liberties we all enjoy. Nights like tonight, enjoying this game and this place with these people would not be possible without the sacrifices of so many. As such, it is my privilege to recognize our military veterans here today and send our appreciation to all who serve and have served. We will start by reading off the player's name, followed by the military veteran, their branch, and years of service. Starting us off, Zake Shell is accompanied by Kay McKay, who serves in the Navy beginning in 2002 and is presently serving. Next, Daniel Sutcliffe is accompanied by John Henneman, who served in the Army from 1988 to 1996. Next, Jackson Vroom, who's accompanied by Rick Brom, who served in the Navy from 1962 to 1966. Jace Sweesaw is accompanied by Scott Hansen, who served in the Navy from 1987 to 1992. Riker Hoffman is accompanied by Merlin Shuknet, who served in the Army from 1966 to 1968. Connor Mullenbach is accompanied by Gary Robertson, who served in the Army from 1960 to 1963. Gavin Squire is accompanied by Mason Brown, who served in the Navy from 2002 to 2012. Rachel Squire is walking in honor of Mason Brown. Seth Schatz is accompanied by Aaron Thurno, who served in the Army from 1968 to 1970. Matt Clevenger is accompanied by Jim Hendrickson, who served in the Army from 1987 to 1990. Mason Beeland is accompanied by Gary Bork, who served in the Army from 1965 to 1967. Colton Winia is accompanied by Ramona Winia Shoddy in memory of Larry Shoddy, who served in the Air Force from 1971 to 1980. Hudson Sparrow is accompanied by Douglas Wallen, who served in the National Guard from 1965 to 1971. Jagger Tritton is accompanied by John Sayles, who served in the U.S. Air Force from 1955 to 1975. Gus Walk is accompanied by Keith Horgan, who served in the U.S. Army from 1969 to 1971. Anthony Schnabel is accompanied by John Fritz, who served in the Navy from 1993 to 2023. Joe Clevenger is accompanied by Luke Porish, who served in the Air Force from 2001 to 2006. Grayson Falk is accompanied by David Falk, who served in the Army from 1962 to 1964.
Oh, they got matching.
Zach Jensen is accompanied by Lance Martin, who served in the Marine Corps from 2005 to 2009. Cohen Yinger and Landon Yinger are accompanied by Denny Grendel, who served in the Army Airborne Division from 1970 to 1973. Trey Johans is accompanied by Glenn Simeote, who served in the Air Force from 1980 to 2012. His daughter, Carrie Johans, is walking in honor of Glenn. Porter Sweesaw is accompanied by Ray Mulford, who served in the Army from 1967 to 1970. Griffin Brum is accompanied by Charles Chuck Brum, who served in the Army from 1968 to 1974, and his wife, Barb Brum, is walking in memory of him. Kane Dietrich is accompanied by Richard Dietrich, who served in the Marine Corps from 1976 to 1980. And Lucas Cruzy is accompanied by Eric Haugen, who served in the Army from 2000 to 2021. For all veterans, it is our privilege to stand with you and honor our nation, remembering those that have sacrificed so much with the playing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through
Kirby. It's under your butt.
Well, I didn't want to miss it.
That's beautiful, Lindsay. Thank you. That was very good. Very well done.
Here come the planes. There's planes being flying over.
There's a shot of the planes. Oh, there's planes there, son. Is Hunt announcing tonight?
No, one's not here.
Oh, so are we doing
We're not
like
announcing.
lineups? We're doing lineups.
That's Mom's cup. Are you the red pen?
It's got his last name on it, so that's how he
These then.
Yeah.
These. The laundry that I should have put on last night. I should have put.
What a great rendition from Lindsay Dino on the anthem. Wasn't that beautiful?
Yep.
I mean, she did that 2 years ago. What a memorable thing for her to have done. And we didn't get the airplanes in the shop. We had some airplanes flying over us here. That was great. What a great way, what a great tradition we have here at Tradition Field to celebrate our veterans. One baseball night every year. Happens to be
way better than this.
Diesel Den is looking to get some coaching
Meyer, are we doing lineup?
from Kirby Moses.
Okay.
Not doing lineups?
Perfect.
Is that what we said? Yeah, thanks. What can I say? We're not doing lineups. Let me hop on over there. I know Jack Tripper. I know. Hey, we got a lot going on here. So just for a little context, thanks, by the way, for joining us, all of you. I'm always late setting my stuff up. And I got the call here as I'm running into. You ready? Ready? You good?
Can't hear it.
There you go.
Can't hear.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear me.
You can't.
How about that?
You can't now?
Yeah, it's a little better. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll do that
'cause I
right
can hear.
there.
I can hear.
Perfect.
Okay, sweet.
I'm here, everybody.
All right, we got Diesel Den here now. So we got Candle Genius, Diesel Den, and a boy they call Mo, Kirby Moses. Thanks for joining us, fellas.
Yeah.
Fritz Alicious has the night off tonight, which honestly, if you had the night off, wouldn't you be here? I think that's should be a guy's favorite thing to do. Lineups, I'm not sure exactly what's happening. So I guess I'll finish what I started there. I was asked, and honestly, given the honor, what an honor to announce the players and their chosen veteran guests.
That was
tonight.
absolutely awesome.
That was great. It's
Yep.
always great. It's always a
Lindsay
lot of fun.
Dino did the
oh man
the singing there and the flyover. Who was the pilots in the flyover? Did we get a name on them?
Well, I know one was Mike Mullenback.
Okay.
So
Mike
I don't know.
Mullenback. Thank you, Mike Mullenback, and
One
whoever
time
joined
there
you.
was going to be 4, but 2 of them are crop spraying.
Oh, so they couldn't take 20 minutes out for this?
Well,
Either that or they could spray us. How about that?
That's what I heard.
Maybe they're worried about that. We
They
don't want
get
that
rid of
spray
the
to drop
mosquitoes
on
here
the-
tonight.
Got some playoff games, and we don't really want that spray to kill the grass off before next week. I don't know. Who knows, right?
Mhm.
But we got a couple
Right.
planes, and the camera didn't catch it. I was expecting them out of the north. They actually came from behind us. But pretty cool. Everyone else got to see it, so one of those deals, got to be here to see it. Sometimes that happens. Concession stands are open tonight. Burgers are, as always, really, really good here.
Burgers are awesome. I just had one.
So I'm told we're not doing lineups. That Veterans Night, what you saw there was indeed our version of lineups. Got to see all of the players. You'll see what players. We'll talk about what positions they're in. We're going to do that right after this message. First pitch coming up. Don't go anywhere.
So
This broadcast is brought to you in part by St. Ansgar Chiropractic.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew
Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
Watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Since 1983, Johnson Oil has been delivering more than fuel. We've been delivering a peace of mind.
Hey, it's game time. St. Ansgar Saints, Clarksville Indians.
Okay, so now I got everything written down here, so we're all good. Am I right here, number 3?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no, right there. All right, there we go. Now I can hear myself. We're all good here. We got a pop fly going right on out the short left field. And we come on in, and I'm assuming who's on out there. I couldn't even tell you at the moment.
Riker Hoffman.
Riker is, okay.
Riker Hoffman.
Okay.
We got one down, F7. We got the catcher bat now for Clarksville.
Get your scoreboard here in just a second. I actually didn't have the scoreboard set up. It was still set to this afternoon's game. We went down and drove right past Clarksville.
Foul ball right down the line.
I was like fouled by a couple feet before we got called.
Yeah, Gus did a great job of just kind of waiting for that. We know it's going to go foul. We'll take our time here. Get that scoreboard up for you. Hopefully it's updated.
Mason Beelan's going to be on the mound here for us tonight. We got Seth Schatz in behind the dish. He goes ahead and throws a strike.
Yeah, so earlier today for a noon game, we had a makeup game at North Butler, and it wasn't your typical conference game. North Butler has a playoff game on Saturday. There's a lot of reasons that they didn't pitch their usual, I'll say, conference game dudes. But Saints come out of that one victorious 19-1, and that one in 4 innings. And
sure.
Head back home. Hopefully these guys caught a bit of a nap to finish strong here.
Mm-hmm. So that was a swing strike for out number 2. Good start for Earl Mason.
Second baseman's up for the Clarksville Indians, number 7.
Steve Balin, thanks for chiming in. You are here. You're here in the way that you can be here. That's what Saints TV is for. Not everybody can be here, but thanks for tuning in and thanks for chiming in on the chat. Appreciate your service as well, sir.
Close miss there. 1-1 the count. 2 outs. We had a strikeout and a pop fly out the left field here. And we got a ball inside. So again, like last night, the guys are battling the sun a little bit, but it's not directly in their eyes, but it definitely is going to play with them a little bit.
Ooh. That looked pretty good, but 3-1.
How were they looking last night, Kirby? You were sitting right there behind them. Were them low ones actually low and outside actually outside, or you dare not to comment?
Well, the home plate ump, he's one of the best around. It didn't matter to the Newman fans. Nothing was going their way.
Oh, okay. Sure.
How's that for an answer?
Yeah, I'm sure. There we go. Called third strike for Mason, and 3 up, 3 down.
Mason Beeland on the mound. Grandpa Steve proudly watches as Mason throws 12 pitches, finds a way to get 3 outs, and gets out of the top of the inning. Saints are coming up on offense right after this.
Anthony.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by St. Ansgar Chiropractic.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew
Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
Watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Since 1983, Johnson Oil has been delivering more than fuel. We've been delivering a peace of mind. We know every customer has unique needs, and we're here to meet them with the level of care and attention you won't find anywhere else. We're proud to support the communities we serve and to support lasting relationships built on trust, reliability, and service you can depend on. Johnson Oil, your trusted local provider committed to you in North Iowa.
Thank you, Johnson Oil, for your generous contributions to keep this stream free to watch. We're back. Anthony Schnabel first in the order today. We see that sometimes. Not always.
Yeah, we kind of switched up a little bit for whatever reason, so see what goes on up here. Good or a bad thing?
I got Anthony hitting at about a 329 pace, 554 on base percentage.
So we're over half the time he's on base.
Yep.
Somehow or another.
We like him there. He's quick. He's smart. He likes to score runs.
And now we got to deal with a little bit of wind in this mic here again. Got a bunt going down third base line. Catcher picks it on up and got him right there.
Nice play by the catcher.
Yeah, it was.
Gus Walk batting second. He's at 292 batting average with a 543 on base. And top of our order there, Gus and Anthony, they've scored 31 and 32 times. They're leading the Saints for runs scored, which you'd like to see.
Yep, coming
out of
across
the top
the plate
of your
the most. Yep.
lineup. So.
Well, that was kind of a bang-bang play there at first base with Anthony trying to beat it out, and he just about did, end up about a half a step short.
And Anthony's quick. He's a guy that can turn a bunt into a hit. But a good play, like I said, by the catcher to get that play under control, get it to first base before Anthony arrived. And we are here. Bottom of one out. Gus Walk up to bat.
Got a ground ball going to shortstop. Big hop there for the guy. He throws it, and it goes on over.
Gus takes
First
a look.
baseman just picks it on up again, but he gets a board on a overthrow by the shortstop. So Fritz Alicius is, what was his story? What's his excuse here tonight? Little Debbie's got something going on with him, or what?
I think Thursday nights are date with Little Debbie nights.
Is that
he doesn't. There are no nothing gets in the way of that. As a matter of fact, I don't even have. I might have Little Debbie set up here. I don't have her completely set up, but I can see the cameras coming in. So I do need to do a little bit of Little Debbie work.
Did he say if they're going to be maybe tuning in here tonight with her or not?
You know, he's not afraid to chime in if he's tuning in, I'll say that.
Okay.
So I don't want to leave any undue stress on the poor guy if he's having a romantic evening and doesn't want to be bothered with
He's trying to work on something,
our
so
sweet
maybe.
baseball voices.
That's right. Jay Sweesaw up the bat here for Saints.
Hitting about 340 with a 563 on base percentage. 17 RBIs. There's a single to left.
That's a good spot.
Between short and third.
Man on base hit. Gus Walk standing on second base, and Jace gets aboard on a hard hit ground ball.
Last softball update I got was just a few minutes ago, but it's 3-3 top of 6. Saints versus North Butler in Allison. That's North Butler's home field.
Riker Hoffman up. He's hitting 357 with a 676 on base percentage, and he's got 18 RBIs.
Is that the highest on base percentage we got?
Yep.
He is.
Yeah, that dude was hanging in the 700s earlier in the season.
Yeah,
He kind of slowed down a little bit with the.
If you don't get on 3 out of 4 times, it gets lower.
It's still mighty good, no doubt about it.
Must be coming on inside or something there. Height-wise, they're looking pretty good.
Jackson and Riker have 18 RBIs for us, and Porter Sweesaw is leading the team with 19 RBIs.
$58 miles per hour on that one. I'm gonna just a little behind the Saints here. I'm gonna work on Debbie here just a second. Here,
What's
so bear with me.
what's the Indians' record here? What have they been doing here this year?
I looked it up because they play Newman Saturday. I thought I wrote it down, but I think they're 6-15.
Okay. How'd they do against Newman?
Well, they have to play him Saturday.
Oh, this Saturday they got to play him.
that's
Okay.
First tournament game.
Sure. Ground ball to the third baseman. He's out at 1. Was he safe at third? Looked to me like he was safe from up here, if that's how they actually called him or not.
Well, home plate ump can't tell if it's a tag
Right.
or not.
Correct.
But Riker was out 5-3. Base ump, he was right there. He should have been able to see if there was a tag or not. And evidently not. We got 2 down, second, third. Porter's up. Porter had 4 RBIs in this morning's game. Could pick up a couple more here with the base hit.
So what time do these guys get done with their game here this afternoon then?
1:35.
Got back here, grab a couple hours of
Cool air
sleep and-
somewhere.
Yeah, cool air someplace and cold drinks and water. And
That was a warm one for sure.
It's not so bad up here.
It is not so bad.
It's kind of warm there this morning. High noon.
so this is our last regular scheduled game.
Yes, it is.
And
And
then
we will play Tuesday here. Tournaments.
against the
The
winner of
West Bend and Northwood.
Yep.
Fly ball to center.
Center fielder, and he
caught it.
Catches it. Yep.
Struggling, but he
Yep,
got her.
he got there. Caught it up. So that ends, and we didn't get any of them ducks in and on the pond and across the plate.
Well, with that, we are at the end of the first inning, and we're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back with top of 2, Mason Beeland on the mound.
They're 4, 5, and 6 batters coming up.
Focus Insurance Team. Safeguarding our neighbors in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota from risk.
Look at that. It's a little crooked on the ledge here, but tell us about this.
Well, that's a senior gift that senior moms got last night.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
What is that? Is it dirty? What is that?
But that's
is that
all.
dirt on it?
Apparently, they put a little bit of the infield dirt in on there, so we got a little piece of the field with us for life with our
that is
our
amazing.
cup. Got our name on it. Got the Saints logo on it. That is awesome. I don't know who come up with that idea or whatever, but thank you very much. That was a nice gesture there. Between that and that pork loin sandwich I had right before the game from, was that Schnabel's grandpa or grandma?
Grandpa John.
Grandpa John.
Yep.
Grandpa John, thank you. That was awesome.
He says when he sees pork loins go on sale,
I wonder if he's got any left.
buys them by the dozen.
Does he?
Because he just loves to make them. He's got a special I asked him today, I was like, do you have a special recipe? And you saw him like give me a look like, you're not asking me for my secret recipe. And I was like, no, I'm not asking.
We got a hard hit ball over our right fielder. Joel's going to let him run him on back, and he's got a stand-up double.
So I had to kind of set Grandpa John at ease. Just say, hey, I'm not asking for it. I don't deserve it. Right? I just but I just want to know this thing's going to still be around 100 years from now.
There was definitely a special sauce on that thing, and it was delicious.
He did say he marinates it for 24 hours.
Really? Yeah, I'm sure, because it was great.
So he walked out.
If you want to get rid of one more, I'll be up here waiting for you. So.
Well, tournament play starts Tuesday.
Yes. Can we broadcast for that or not?
You bet we will. We'll apply with the state. They have not turned us down yet.
Okay.
And especially when we have home field advantage. You have to pay to do it, right? So that's why the give butter here on the lower right-hand side of your screen is important. The advertisers that advertise us, so obviously in order to broadcast that, it's a state-sanctioned deal. The state says you can apply, and if we accept your application, then you pay, and it's depending how deep you are in the playoffs, it gets more and more and more expensive until typically the state events we can't actually broadcast. So they did let us broadcast at the state golf tournament.
Yes.
I'd love to broadcast across the country next year. Just kind of putting a plug out there if anyone from the state's listening.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have criteria. Hey, you need to play our commercials, or not exclusively. We can throw them in with our commercials, but then we have to have the Iowa High School Athletic Association.
Yeah. Hard hit ball out the right field. Joe goes over and picks it on up and
great snag.
Gets it for out number one.
Third baseman's coming up for Clarksville.
Did you guys go through who's playing what position here? Obviously, folks at home can't necessarily see who's in what position for these Saints. Did you do that already?
Have not. So we got Mason Beelan on the mound. We got Seth Schatz in behind the dish playing catcher here tonight, which another thing, too, he's got also new catcher gear on. Can you zoom in on that thing?
Oh, yeah, we can do that.
He's got new chest protector just for the red, white, and blue here for Independence Day, and looking pretty sharp out there. Swing and a miss for Clarksville. Look at that. See?
He does look good.
We got Colton Winnie at first. Jace we saw at second. Porter we saw at third. Or excuse me, at short. Gus Walk at third. Riker Hoffman in left. Anthony Schnabel in center and Joe Clevenger in right. Pretty much a routine setup for the Saints in most positions, depending on who's on the mound.
I haven't seen where Suisov's on second base. He's either short or third when he's not thrown, or first baseman, but maybe he's trying to save the arm a little bit.
Well, we got Jackson's DH, and he's second base sometimes. 2 down on the strikeout.
Strikeout when he didn't catch the ball, so we either got to tag him or throw him out at first base.
So Seth, actually great job there. The runner wasn't all out running. He did have to be chased down by Seth, but while Seth is chasing him, he's literally just staring down the guy at second.
Well,
saying,
maybe
don't
leave
run.
this leadoff double on second.
Yeah, if that's all the further he's going to go, it's a good stop.
One and one.
We've had that guy before,
as you're looking down the tournament line, all tournament games are Saturdays and Tuesdays. So many teams play this Saturday. The Saints have a bye. So we're at home Tuesday here. And the next round, the state has not determined where it is.
So it's not that we have home field advantage all the way
well,
to.
Yeah, you
the
never
end.
know.
Okay.
Never know what state will do. It could be here.
Depends on who it is we play, too.
Yeah.
Then. They got to come up with a neutral site someplace if it's not at
Could
any one of them.
be, you know, they could send you to Mohawk Field because
Yep.
3A and 4A, they don't start as soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there's 3 rounds.
I mean, when you pick up the bottom half, it
straight
depending on who's around, they could send you to Charles City or.
Yep.
Mason Beelan, great job. That first double doesn't advance anywhere beyond second base, and that's out number 3, and it's going to bring us to the bottom 2 when we come back right after this message.
Colton, Jackson, and Mason.
Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the St. Ansgar school system, where it is used for the education of our students, the equipment used to create these streams, and the athletic department so that our students can keep competing in the sports that are near to their hearts. Thank you for supporting St. Ansgar, and thank you for giving butter.
This broadcast is made possible thanks to the generous contributions of the advertisers you see here, as well as the Foundation for the Enhancement of Mitchell County and the Saints Legacy Fund.
Colton Winnie up for the Saints. 246 batting average, 474 on base. He's got 16 RBIs and has scored 12 runs for us.
Nice. So this game to Clarksville is nothing. It's just another game to them. They can't advance any further.
Oh, it's just a regular season game.
Right. Yep.
Yep. Non-conference, right? The brackets are out. These guys will play on Saturday. Why? You decided they played Newman? Is that what we decided?
At Newman, I would assume.
Yep. I mean, I haven't seen it, but it's lower seed visits higher seed.
Right. Swing and a miss for Colton.
Pitching for the Indians, Briggs Hutcher, a sophomore. He started 5 games, pitched in 7. 16 innings, 94 overall batters, and his ERA is 6.43. Whip, walks and hits per innings pitched, 2.76. So he has just under 3 batters per inning. that
We
visit
got a
the
fly
bases.
ball going right to second baseman and catches it for out number 1.
Sam Hutcher, senior, grabbed that one. Nice catch by the second baseman.
I just saw in between games here that the Clarksville girls are ranked 2nd in softball. So
Our girls,
Did we not play them?
well, they are in our, boy, what is it? Division, section, what do they call it? Anyway, a state berth for the girls would go through Clarksville, yes.
So apparently Vroom just got hit by a pitch, and the umpire's saying that he moved his elbow out to hit the ball.
All right.
To get hit by the ball. Versus you have to, as a batter, you have to make an attempt to get away from a pitch coming at you.
Yeah, and I
Kirby, is that correct?
Well, yeah, depending on the speed.
Right. You have to make an attempt from whatever the situation is.
If they're coming in at 85 to 90, then they wouldn't call it.
That's a little tougher, right? Line shot to the first baseman, gets by him, and Vroom is on first base. Good hard hit ball.
Right. Hit. Vroom.
Hey, Saints got a base runner now. 1 out.
Oh, Meyer, you clown. Coach Meyer about threw the gear right in the window at us here.
Mason Beeland up hitting 213, but has a 576 on base percentage. Mason's got a good eye. He gets a lot of walks for us.
He does.
It's been a long time. I've said it many times, but it's been a while since I've said it. So I'm going to say it again here, guys. When I was coaching the Bandits team, Mason, as a youngster, I don't know if it's just how he stands at the plate. I can't imagine it's because I'm throwing left-handed and he's a lefty, but I had a hard time throwing strikes to this kid in batting practice. I just, either I'm hitting him or it's way outside. Like, I don't know why it was so hard to pitch to him.
So that's why he's got such a great eye today.
Well, I don't
Of
know.
all the-
Maybe it don't feel so bad.
Of the
Maybe
6 years of abuse that you put him through,
Well,
all
it
right?
might be. He's still wearing some bruises.
His left elbow still ain't the same,
Mason has 10 hits, but he's been on base 34 times. So most of those would be walks.
I don't feel so bad, Kirby.
Do we have a stat on that? Bro, make your decision. Are you going or aren't you? Don't stop halfway.
3-1 on Mason.
You gonna take another one, is he?
May as well take that one.
Yep, ball's outside. Vroom's going to move on down to second base. Mason's going to recover him for at the first base. And we've got Joe Clev up to bat. He's our number 9 batter, and we'll be right up at top again.
Courtesy runner, Kane Dietrich in for Mason. Mason's on the mound, so we get to put in a runner for the pitcher or catcher.
He scored a couple times last night against Newman there. Some key opportunity and key timing there. Double switch here.
We got a pinch runner for Jackson Vroom.
For a DH guy.
Number 14. And that's Jaeger Tretton, I believe, isn't it?
I think you're right. Still a scoreless game here. I think we're going to score this inning. We got to do something.
Joe's has a 400 on base percentage with 10 RBIs and 11 runs scored. Balls are down the line for 0-1.
He's early.
Their outfielders are playing deep.
Left field especially.
I know.
Oh, so's right. Center's not
Yeah,
so bad.
right. Righty's out there too.
There's a base
Yeah,
hit.
yeah. Real good setup. Get going, get going, get going. Joey's going to go and take off for second. The play's at 3. Good hit.
You guys asked for a run.
We got her, didn't we?
JT Red across the plate for a St. Ansgar score.
RBI for Joe.
Mason's going to be standing on third base. Joe's going to be standing on second base. Still the 1 out. We went in and scored a run there. Anthony Schnabel's going to come on up for the top of the lineup.
Top of the
for St.
order.
Ansgar.
Anthony was thrown out his first attempt. He tried to bunt for a hit. There's a
Yep, another base gapper. Yep, it's going to
shot.
drop right to center field. Joe
we got-
Clev is coming around hard, and he is going to score easily. Nice shot from Anthony.
Great job, Anthony. You know, those hard hit line drives, man, I love them. I love them. We had been doing a lot of hitting directly to guys, and you know, Newman last night. They're good players, and you know, some of those hard hit balls kind of didn't go the way Newman wanted either.
Right.
But a lot of times it went directly to them for a quick double play, or
It was a quick
directly-
double play right back to the pitcher for one.
That was
Third baseman hit one right at his head, and he caught that. And yep.
So Joel Carlson, he says Diesel Denny always gets what he wants.
Do I? What
Is
do
that
I
true?
want? Who says this?
I don't know. Joel Carlson says that.
Oh.
So I think was that gosh, Joel.
Oh,
I'm
the
sorry.
cup, probably?
It might have been the cup. It might have been the cup. I'm trying to think of
Actually, Joel, the cup is not mine. It's my wife's. So it went to the mothers
I
of the
thought
senior
it was
parents
yours
last
too.
night.
Well, what are you doing with it up here?
She allowed me to borrow it, so I said, I'm going to go ahead and thank whoever's in charge of the cups.
She may never get it back.
No, she'll definitely get it back. She will not allow me to keep it. We got a
Man.
fly ball going out to center field. Center fielder camps underneath it. And out number 1. Couldn't get it over him.
Out to number 2. That one's
out number 2. We got Jace up. He had a single his first time up. We scored 3.
And Jay Sweetwell's up. Anthony Schnabel still on second base. Takes the ball inside. Another great night out here. If you missed it, you could have seen the flyover. Telling you, guys got to be at the ballpark.
Yeah, I don't believe the camera caught it.
Mhm.
But
Nope, these doors that we got hanging on
Oh,
up
boy.
here.
Oh,
and
he's got a
look at
chance.
this. Could have been picked off, should have been
Wow.
picked off, and they threw the wrong base.
he not just threw, he kind of second guessed mid throw and ended up
Correct.
lobbing it to second
Right.
base. And by
Yep.
that time,
Yep. Any other time, he would have been dead meat
Oh,
there
yeah.
in one of them
He
two
was-
bases.
you don't throw it and start running at him, and you're going to get a pretty
Correct.
easy out.
Correct. So Schnabel made it all the way down to third base, and we'll see if Jace can go ahead and get him in. And we got a hard hit ball in the gap, or no, center fielder did get over there to cover it
straight at
up.
center again.
Yep.
Kind of like those we're talking about, just kind of hitting right at a guy. Though we've had a few tonight that have not been that way. These Saints lead 3-0.
3 hits, 3 runs.
And they got their number 9, and then their tops coming up.
We'll be right back right after this.
Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the St. Ansgar school system, where it is used for the education of our students, the equipment used to create these streams, and the athletic department so that our students can keep competing in the sports that are near to their hearts. Thank you for supporting St. Ansgar, and thank you for giving Butter.
This broadcast is made possible thanks to the generous contributions of the advertisers you see here, as well as the Foundation for the Enhancement of Mitchell County and the Saints Legacy Fund.
Every single job that we do, either one or both of the owners are on the roof overseeing and often installing the products, which is something that we really pride ourselves on and make sure that we're going above and beyond.
Thank you, Patterson Seed in St. Ansgar, for your generous contributions to Saints TV. For more information on how Patterson Seed can help you get higher yields, contact Mike Patterson at mike@pattersonseed.com.
The Mitchell County Substance Abuse Coalition creates awareness of the impact of substance abuse and encourages change through collaborative prevention efforts.
Thank you, Mitchell County Substance Abuse Coalition, for your generous contribution. I got to tell you guys.
Tell us.
On Sunday evening, I went and saw the Buddy Holly story, which is put on by Cedar Summerstock Theater. They rehearse here in St. Ansgar, and then they typically perform at the CRC.
To make a play of this?
The auditorium. Yeah, so it's a play.
Really?
Of the Buddy Holly, and it was fantastic. Well, they did it at the Surf Ballroom.
Really?
And we weren't sure, like, how many tickets are they? Because I don't know. We were allowed to go film it there. So thank you, Nancy Nickerson-Lee, for allowing us to come in. They gave us great seats, and we had our cameras rolling, and what an amazing show. So we weren't sure, like, I don't know, I hadn't seen this marketed, like, how many tickets are they going to sell? It's the middle of summer. Over 800 seats were sold. This place was just packed.
Wow, nice.
So the dance floor was full of chairs, and almost every one of them full, and they were, the crowd, the audience, everybody there was just absolutely just lit about this thing. So pretty cool for the kids at Cedar Summerstock to be able to literally go to Buddy Holly's last venue to produce this for the first time.
Got a fly ball going out the right field, and Joe's got to run quite a ways, and he's trying for second. And we get him.
Wow. Yep. What a play.
Yep.
Number 9 hitter. So we got 2 down.
Right, number 9 hitter went ahead and looked at a third strike, and then their number 1 hit one out to Joe Clev out the right field, and he chased it down and throw it on up, relayed into the second base and got him.
Great job out there, Joe Clev.
That was their number 1 batter that did that?
No, that was number 9.
That was number 9, yeah.
But he would get credit for a single.
Yep, he gets credit for a single because he got through that base.
9 to 4 to 6 on the putout. Mason has 5 strikeouts already. So that puts the Saint pitchers at 200 strikeouts for the year.
Lazy little drop that Jace cannot handle because it kind of bounced and took a weird hop. And
so the Saints pitchers have struck out 200 batters. The Saints batters have only struck out 69 times for the year. So we're averaging less than 3 strikeouts per game, and our pitchers are averaging more than 8 per game.
So these are your stats that you're coming up with?
Yeah. The official, unofficial stats.
Yeah.
So they're unofficial, but they're the official unofficial
I'd
stats.
say they're as official as it get.
Yeah, they're good stats. That's why we like using them.
Two down, runner on first. Catcher's up. He struck out his first time up. And we're trying to get him at first.
Joel, tell us about Diesel Denny. Is it the cup we're talking about? We see sometimes Joel throws these things out there and he's spot on, and we just don't see it until later. And we're like, well, wait a minute, what are we talking about there? And sometimes he has to remind us he is the smartest dude alive.
We're up.
Foul ball right over our heads, probably, right? Any glass? Anything?
Oh,
that
see, that one
sounded
was
like
up there a
that's
ways.
probably the windshield on that Ranger of Devon's back there, probably.
Yeah, I don't know why he parks it there. He's replacing the glass.
He
about every
should know
game.
better. He should really know better.
1-1.
Ground ball to
There's a
our
chance.
third baseman. He's going to go ahead and pick it on up, throw it on over to number 1, and we recorded 3 outs.
How important is it to know the situation?
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
We're not looking for a double play. We
One
only
hit.
get one out. Let's go get it here at one and get
Two
the heck
hits.
out of the inning.
No runs.
Mason Beelan, 38 pitches in, or 34. I'm sorry, 38 pitches in after 3 innings, and
We got
back here.
Riker, Porter, and Colton coming up.
Hey, Joel Carlson clarifies he wanted a run and he got one. Jagger Trenton came across the plate right as you wanted that run. Thank you, Joel, for the clarification. We'll be right back after this.
Every single job that we do, either one or both of the owners are on the roof overseeing and often installing the products, which is something that we really pride ourselves on and make sure that we're going above and beyond.
Thank you, Patterson Seed in St. Ansgar, for your generous contributions to Saints TV. For more information on how Patterson Seed can help you get higher yields, contact Mike Patterson at mike@pattersonseed.com.
The Mitchell County Substance Abuse Coalition creates awareness of the impact of substance abuse and encourages change through collaborative prevention efforts. MCSAC meets on the 4th Tuesday of each month at 4 p.m. at the Mitchell County Courthouse in Osage. We are looking for new members to join the coalition to work together to build healthy communities within Mitchell County.
Mitchell County Public Health wants to remind you that measles is highly contagious but preventable. Make sure you and your loved ones are up to date on the MMR vaccine. Protect your community, vaccinate today. Together, we can keep Mitchell County healthy and measles free. Contact Mitchell County Public Health to check your vaccine.
All right, we are back. Who is that at the plate there, fellas?
Riker.
St. Senior Riker Hoffman.
Grounded out to third. He's first time up.
The dude's going into finance. Asked him why. He said, because he likes money. Why not?
Well, everybody probably likes money. You just got to keep track of it.
And I found, well, Mom and Dad are both in education. They're both principals.
Oh, really?
Mom's a principal at Rockford. Dad's a principal at North Springs.
Mm-hmm.
Dad took Mrs. Baldus's job when she went from Nora to back to St. Ansgar.
Okay.
Talked to him this morning. He said he's been there 13 years.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to them, too.
I'm sure they're here somewhere, along with Grandpa and Grandma. That's a little high. Ball 4 pitch walk.
There, we're talking about during the break. We haven't seen much Little Debbie. 57 miles per hour. Little Debbie tells us things that we like to know. Porter, the quarter, up to bat.
Flew out to center his first time up. Leading the team in RBIs.
How many of them?
19.
Mm-hmm.
And he scored 17 times. 303 batting average, a 475 on base percentage. There's a
Bunt right on back down to the
nice bunt
pitcher. They go ahead and ground and field it on up, and he does his job to bunt the guy on over.
38, you're 38. Okay.
So that will not count against him, batting average or on base percentage.
It does not?
A sacrifice. You're giving yourself up.
Oh, okay. Fielder's
Really?
choice does. Well, you're already on base on fielder's choice. So. But
Well,
on a sacrifice.
Fielder's choice, you'd get on, so that would still help your on base percentage,
Yep.
but not your batting average.
Mm-hmm.
I learn something every single day from you, Kirby. I
So
didn't
then
realize
it's
that.
not a at-bat if it's a fielder's choice. If it
Well-
does not affect your batting average.
Yeah, it does. It'd be like you got out.
Oh, it is.
A fielder's choice, yep.
Okay.
I suppose in the fielder's choice, you're making the statement like, well, he could have gotten that,
Yeah.
guy, but he went for someone else.
That
makes sense.
Usually it's a force out at second, and
Mhm.
they chose to go there. Well, they could have thrown the first and got you out, so you wouldn't have. So I think that was on the wrong side of Colton.
I think it was.
Well, dance lessons have been paying off for Colton Winia.
That's where you just turn your back into it.
Colton hit
Take
kind
one.
of a looping liner to second his first time up. There's a high
Ground ball,
chop.
high chopper under their shortstop. They go ahead and take it on, and he scoops it on up.
Nice play by first.
Kirby, what position did you play
number 2.
in baseball?
Well, most of the time I was pitching. And played.
Back then, we didn't have a pitch count, so you could
Oh,
pitch
no.
all day, every day.
It was, you had 9 innings. So, and it didn't matter.
The varsity games were 9 innings?
No, you were limited to 9 innings.
Oh.
They were 7-inning games, but.
Okay.
And say you pitch 7 on, well, a lot of the games were Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You could go pitch all 3 days if you wanted.
Right. Yep.
No pitch count, no limit. The only thing it was 9 innings a day.
A day in a 24-hour period.
Yep.
Saints softball update. I got this about 8 minutes ago. I don't know that it's changed, but the top of 10. Tied 3-3.
They've been doing a lot of that this year.
They
that
seem
extra
to-
inning stuff.
They love it so much, they just can't shut her down.
Didn't they go 13 or something the other day? 13 innings? Or
I think you're right. It was like
15 or
Really?
something?
12 after
Almost 2
13 or
games, huh?
something.
Yeah. Oh, there's a run.
Broom's going to go ahead and hustle on down just to see if they can maybe make a play down the side. Just like that.
Jackson on base 2 times, had a single his first time and walked there. We got 2 outs. Mason's up. He walked his first time up.
Imagine he's going to do the same thing again. That would be my prediction. I'm not as good as Fritzy's predictions, but we'll see if I can do as good as him. Does not. So we got a ground ball going to first base, and they go ahead and make a nice play. Pitcher comes on over, covers the base for out number 3.
Oh, we got to run this inning.
1 run on no hits.
Saints lead 4-0.
We got their 3, 4, and 5 batters coming up.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by St. Ansgar Chiropractic.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe. Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe.
Before I knew Joe, buying crop insurance was hard. There's a better way to buy crop insurance. You got to get to know Joe.
Watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
All right, we are back. We got another update here. Thank you, Matt Foster. Softball. Saints score one in the top of 10. We're in the bottom of 10 now. Saints leading 4-3 at North Butler, which is in Allison, Iowa.
Mason Beelan still our pitcher here for the Saints. Nothing's changed defensive-wise. We're all still playing the same. I see Megan's got her cherry Coke already for her, so She apparently got a little thirsty.
1-1.
Megan, your scoreboard's down, being you're a little bit behind here. You know.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. You got things all over the place. Got a hard hit ball up the middle. Port goes over there.
Wow,
Got
nice
him. Awesome hit or awesome play. That should have went for a base hit, and he stole it from him.
Poor, great job. That's one. I don't even think my wide angle shot. This one here would have caught that play. So it was out of the frame. One of those you got to be here to see it. But Porter, really, really great.
I think he caught it like right behind second base.
And Colton Winnie to grab that baby. That ball coming in.
Number 11, first baseman, had a double in the second inning, and we stranded him there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we really haven't talked too much about these guys. Let's do that. Number 11, Camden Barons, a junior. He's got 10 singles, 6 doubles, and a triple on the season. He added a double here earlier tonight. 309 is his average, 371 is his on-base percentage.
3-0.
Throw it a bit there, Mason. Come all the way back.
Lady Saints win at North Butler 4-3 in 10 innings. That game was delayed by rain.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They got a shower down there, huh?
Yeah.
So he goes out and takes a walk, gets on down to first base. And is that his first walk for the night?
Yep. There was supposedly hail in Mason City this afternoon.
Oh, really?
According to Channel 3 weather there at 6 o'clock. Little cell went through. And
Shred up some corn plants maybe or not? Pass ball going there. The runner will take off down to second base. Shots will throw it back in.
I wonder if that rain will cool things down a little bit. Kirby and I had a picnic this afternoon. And it was hot out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
For
Did you find shade or
baseball.
not?
There's no shade at the North Butler
Right.
Ball Diamond. I take it back. There's a couple trees. The bigger one is you have to sit in enemy territory to sit in that one. So it was no one was real comfortable sitting with a Saints shirt or jersey.
Lincoln had the other one anchored. He was sitting in the shade.
He kind of did, didn't he? It was only big enough for Lincoln.
Really? Lincoln is kind of a small guy. You still couldn't get around him, huh?
Nope, that tree just offered. That's just how much shade that tree had to offer. 68 miles per hour there, says Little Debbie. If your name is Little Debbie or you're with Little Debbie and listening to this, feel free to chime in.
There we go. Swing and a miss, and go have a seat. On up for the next one.
2 down. Same guys at second as in the second inning. Maybe we can anchor him there and leave him there again.
Speaking of Lincoln, think about that kid. How old is he now? 9, 8, something like that? 7?
He
7?
might be double digits. He plays
Oh,
on
is
he plays on an 11U baseball team, which means 11 and under. He is under. I believe it's
so.
He might just be 10.
Go back to day one with that guy. How many baseball games have he's been around over his entire life?
Way more than I have. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Between watching and playing, and he's 10.
He plays on multiple Bandits teams.
Yeah.
And he's we've seen some talented Sweesaw kids on this field. I'm excited to see that one.
Yep.
Ooh, that nice pitch, but didn't get the call. 3-0.
You think if he catches it, it's a strike?
Well,
feels like it should have been anyway. But
yeah, you don't have to catch it to get a strike. But
there you go. 70 miles per hour.
Third baseman's up. He struck out in the second inning, his first time up.
We got guys running in the gapper. He's going to try for 2. We're going to try and no. He rolled him back. Yep. He hit the hooks hard, and he was going to try for 2. And
happy with 1.
Yep. So they go ahead and score 1. And he's got a stand-up single. Out the right center that ball went.
Matt Foster, thanks for chiming in again. Once again, Matt Foster. He's becoming a super fan out there. This guy's checking in, keeping us in tune with what's going on out there. St. Softball wins 4-3, 10 innings. Girls just like to play ball. That was just a little slap, but
yeah, it was.
66 miles per hour was the pitch velocity.
Right. Yeah, that one hop, he got it on, and Riker tried to throw him out right at second base. Wasn't in time.
Matt Foster is a distant relative of mine because my grandpa and his great-grandpa were brothers.
Wow.
So that goes back a ways, but...
Whew. How many photo albums did you have to go through that to figure that one out?
I just knew that.
No. 0-2 the count here. Still 2 outs with these guys, and we can't seem to get this third out here.
Briggs Hutcher is at the bat, or at the home plate there. We're swinging a bat.
Yep, that was a foul ball there, not a pass ball.
0-2 the count.
3 hits, all for singles.
We got a ground ball going on down to our third base, and he's going to come up, and Gus is going to step on the bag. Out number 3.
So that's going to bring us to the bottom of 4. Saints leading this one 4-1 after Clarksville Indians score 1 in the top 4.
And we got Joe Clevin and all the way to the top again.
Watch a game is under the bleachers, said a wise fellow named Seymour Butts. With local schools going cashless entry only, you don't want to end up on the outside looking in because you weren't able to buy a ticket. When you add an FSB debit card to your mobile wallet, you'll have an easy, secure way to buy your ticket online or at the gate. So take it from Seymour and stop by FSB today.
Since 1983, Johnson Oil has been delivering more than fuel. We've been delivering a peace of mind. We know every customer has unique needs, and we're here to meet them with the level of care and attention you won't find anywhere else. We're proud to support the communities we serve and to support lasting relationships built on trust, reliability, and service you can depend on. Johnson Oil, your trusted local provider committed to you in North Iowa.
Focus Insurance Team, safeguarding our neighbors in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota from risk.
Now we're doing it all volunteer.
We are back. Joe Clevenger.
Got an RBI on the night and had a single in the second.
We got a ground ball going to shortstop.
1 hop to short.
He grounds on out. Out number 1.
6-3 on the put out. Top of the order, Anthony. Tried to bunt, got thrown out, and had a single in the second with 2 RBIs. So Anthony's 1 for 2 on the night. Leading the team with 32 runs scored. Gus right behind him with 31.
I'm going to go back to that Buddy Holly story. They're actually starting that now at the CRC. It's a 8. Gosh, are they doing it tomorrow night? Anyway, it goes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this weekend, and the same next week. 8 performances at the CRC. I'm telling you, it was phenomenal. Some really, really great music, and encourage you to go if you have a night off. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I think the Sunday is at 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock maybe, matinee.
They take money at the door?
I believe they do. As long as they have seats available. They had a sellout earlier for Lion King.
Pop fly going to shortstop, and he camps underneath it and makes the catch.
2 down on an F6.
Shortstop getting them all here this inning.
Paul Hackenmiller went to that Lion King thing, and he said he was just amazed how they had 70 kids. I think
it was
weren't
incredible.
they just all St. Ansgar kids that volunteered to be a part of it?
Yeah, it was incredible. A lot of Mitchell County talent in that one. That was actually before the college. So this is primarily it's a college kid thing, and they use local talent as well. But I don't believe the college kids were even in that one. It was all locals or mostly locals.
What's little Debbie saying over there? What's this guy doing?
60. I'm glad you mentioned it.
Yeah, looking over there straight north here, and we got a big old thunder boomer kind of brewing up over there too. You can kind of see it over there, over the camera on their dugout.
Still number 12 on the mound for Clarksville. Gus is 0 for 2 on the night, but he got on in the first inning by error. Hasn't scored. Flew out to center. Three and 0. Gus has batted 94 times before this game and been on base 51 times. Got 20 hits, so that means 30 to 31 times he's either walked, got on an error, fielder's choice or something, and I don't have the number, but I would say at least 20 of them are walks.
Nope. That's good numbers.
Yeah.
Just get on base.
Get on base.
That's the name of the game.
59-mile-per-hour fastball. Strike one.
Balls are coming in a lot of different angles here and what we're kind of probably used to, and that's where Gus was thinking that was ball going to be ball up. There. Now that's definitely up. So Gus goes ahead and makes it aboard on a walk. 2 outs here this inning. Score some more on 2 outs.
Jace is 1 for 2 on the night. Single in the first, flew out to center in the second. When I'm not up here helping out, I usually like to sit behind home plate. And we've had, in my opinion, a wide variety of strike zones this year from different umpires.
Well, your opinion, huh?
It takes some time for the kids to learn that.
Are you
too,
in good
doesn't
with the umpires? Do you know a lot of these guys, or?
No, well.
Weren't you an umpire at one time?
Yeah, 35 years.
Yeah.
And I think I only made 1 or 2 bad calls in all those.
Okay. I'm sure everybody will agree on that one there, Kirby.
Hard single to left.
1 or 2 bad calls in 35 years of umpiring.
That's decent.
I'm sure of it. I'll see if I can find anybody that can dispute that.
Well, all the guys I umpired with, they're all retired, basically.
They can't remember him anymore?
Well.
Did you have to throw anybody out? How about that?
Not a fan.
Okay.
One North Central game, the girl was attempting to score, and it was here in town. I don't remember who was catching for us, but the girl didn't slide, and we tagged her out, but she just bowled us right over.
Yeah.
So I said, "You're out, and you're out of the game." So you got to call down to the girls' union and tell them who it is and why, and they get to sit out a game.
Yep.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they get out the game there. You got called out on. They got to sit out one more game after that. You're such a hard nose there, Kirby. I tell you.
Well,
maybe she tripped. Maybe she didn't mean to hit her.
59 miles per hour on that
So
one.
many people always said, they got to slide. No, you don't have to slide, but you can't.
Can't run the guy over.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not Little League that you got to slide. Got a fly ball going out the left field, and it may drop, and it does, and we are running. We got a play at the plate coming in here, and guys ain't covering up bases, and catcher catches it and has nowhere to go with it.
Single for Riker and an RBI. Gus scores. Jace goes to third. Riker advances to second on the throw.
So it's a single with an advance on the throw. Is that how you score that? Right?
It was just a single. He went to second on the throw to the plate.
Right. So how do you score that he got an extra base on a
I just
throw?
give him a single.
Okay.
And I don't write anything else down. It
Okay.
wasn't wild pitch or pass ball or nothing. But
or an error or something like
yeah.
that.
Connie Jenkins, thanks for chiming in. Kirby umpired when I pitched in high school. Does that sound right to you?
Oh, well, then we better ask her, did he make any bad calls?
Well, I mean, she
in
probably
the
doesn't
years?
remember any. I mean, I'm sure he didn't make any.
If it was a
years
bad
she's
call, I bet she'll remember it.
Well, that's true. If she was one of
You usually
she happened
do.
to witness.
Let's see, 30, getting close to 40 years ago, probably.
Mm-hmm. Porter Suisaw off the bat for the Saints. We've got Jay Suisaw standing on third base, and we've got Riker out there in second base.
Porter 0 for 1 on the night. Had a fly ball to center and then a sacrifice bunt.
Gavin running for Riker on second.
Gavin might stay in the game. He's been playing some left field.
Mhm.
There's a hard one right to the shortstop.
Ooh, that's tough.
And a wide throw.
A bad throw. Port's going to go ahead and take off the second base, and we go ahead and score two more.
That was a situation where that's tough. First base is a tough place to play, but you got to get your foot off the bag.
Yeah,
and make sure
go
it
get the
doesn't
ball.
behind
Get
you.
the ball.
Yep. Forget the out, get the ball, and save 2 runs.
Well,
one.
Would have saved one probably if you.
Yep.
First 2 batters were out, and then we've scored 3 runs.
See, scoring more in 2 again.
Scoreboard
always
doesn't-
on 2. Megatron, what's the deal with the scoreboard?
Scoreboard in the park doesn't show. There it is.
There she
1,
put
2,
that
3,
cricket
4,
number.
7, yeah.
Love that cricket number. Mr. Brian Meyer here's giving you some guff.
Porter went to second on the wild throw.
I wish.
So, we're not. We are.
What's the
on.
trouble there, Megan? Is he giving you a
We're
little hard time, is he?
He's telling me to
Porter.
put something on your chair so I can fall you back so you don't stop.
Oh, really? Way to go, Mr. Meyer, trying to get me out of my chair.
Porter would have been the third out with a better throw, so he does not get an RBI, even though 2 guys scored.
There you go again. You scored 2 guys on that hit, and you're going to give him nothing.
Because they err.
Rightfully so.
Connie Jenkins confirming no bad calls.
There, see? You're
He
just like
called
you said.
low pitches, so you probably called more good calls even than
Your
most
strike zone
umpires.
was low? Is that what it was then?
I think that's what she's saying.
Okay.
Thank you, Connie Jenkins, for chiming in.
And over the years, both boys and girls have changed in terms of what's the strike zone? Is it top of the knee, bottom of the knee, armpits?
It's not the waist to knee?
It is in the major leagues,
Yeah.
I think.
Waist to knee?
Belt to knee.
No.
In the width of the plate, yeah.
Above the belt is a ball?
Above the belt's a ball.
Not
What were
by-
you thinking?
Not by the rule book, but that's
What's
how
the
they
rule?
call-
What's the rule
I'd
book
say
say?
armpits.
I think it might even say letters, which
Really?
across the
Like
chest.
across the chest?
Yeah.
Oof. That seems high to me.
Well, I think that's what it says, but it's not what they call. So.
Okay. This is not Colton up there, correct?
Landon Yeager.
Yeah, Landon's in there now.
But they're experimenting in AAA, and it could show up in the majors in a year or 2, the electronic balls and strikes.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
Well,
there's something to the subjectivity of every umpire being a little.
It-
although
as-
in the majors,
are-
they're pretty.
As
they're pretty
good as
spot
they
on.
are behind the plate, I mean, there are several times I've heard, umpires calling a perfect game with how many? What's a normal pitch? Ooh,
Well,
there's a hard hit ball out the right field. It drops in. The ball comes on in. First baseman does not handle it. And catcher's got it, and he still stays at first base. So Landon Yinger will go ahead and get himself a nice base hit. And an RBI.
Great job.
Well,
Yinger.
typically, you're probably talking 300 pitches
Right.
in a game to call. So.
Right. And to do that perfectly, or even you miss, a handful of them, and as good as they pitch, and they are so all the way around the strike zone. I don't know. But then you see a lot of bad pitch calling, too.
Well, the way it's working in AAA, you get 2.
That you call it in, that you can rebuttal that. And they do that pretty quick.
Yeah, well, it's like if you're batting and you didn't like the call, you
Right.
tap the top of your head.
Yep.
And then they check it. If you're right, you don't lose it. That's right.
Correct. I think Vroom's up to bat here, according to all the racket.
Yeah. So if you miss on the first 2, say it's only the 3rd inning, you're done for. You can't challenge anymore. So.
And AAA is doing that now.
Yeah.
Major League is not that way
No.
yet. Why don't they do that first?
So.
Would be my suggestion.
Go to the majors first?
The majors have them you got 2 challenges on balls and strikes before they go fully electronic.
Well, I don't think they'll ever go full, but it's a challenge too. That's what's in AAA.
Okay.
And I don't know. I assume they're using it in Des Moines for the Iowa Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
Right down the line, steps on the bag,
and he gets thrown and hit in the back of the leg.
How many outs did we have?
I thought we had 2.
That was going to say, yeah.
That was
3 outs, yep.
So he wasn't looking for an out. He had something against Matt Clevich. Just like, hey, I'm just going to throw the ball at that kid because we're already out.
1, 2, 3 hits.
Almost one around there,
4
one
runs.
short.
Sent 8 to the plate.
Yep. They're going to have their number 9 batter and on to their top.
Saints lead by 7. Top of 5 coming up.
Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the St. Ansgar school system, where it is used for the education of our students, the equipment used to create these streams, and the athletic department so that our students can keep competing.
All right, that Give Butter, we're interrupting the Give Butter commercial. That's that QR code on the right-hand side of your
Number 2,
screen.
Left fielder's up for Clarksville. Got a single in the 3rd inning, but he tried stretching her to a double. And
Didn't quite get her done.
Joe relayed to Jace, who was playing second, and he relayed it to Porter and took him out. So,
Which now we got some defensive positions here a little different here. We got Colton when he is on the mound here for us. We've got Jay Swissaw at first base and Zaychel at second base. I'm going to swing and a miss.
Colton, with 59 overall batters coming into tonight, has a .91 ERA. He's struck out 14.
You got a new pitcher, pitch count.
Thank you.
And he has walked only 3. He's hit as many as he's walked. I like that. That's a good stat. Hit 3, walked 3.
Fouled back. Stayed inside the park. No glass being broken there.
1 and 2.
So Connie Jenkins chiming in. She says she was at the Iowa Cubs game this spring, and they did challenge the umps. And they reviewed it electronically. We've seen some of that, too, at the college level, right? I know I've seen some of that.
Balls and strikes, I've seen plays, but not balls and strikes. Maybe there, yeah.
Balls and strikes?
Yep, I will go. Yep, they have.
Where were we?
I took straight back. I got the time to go in on a Iowa Hawkeyes game. We were down there for Carter's graduation, and they were playing Oregon State down there. Got beat.
Well, bummer.
They had a 3-game series with them. All they had to do was, I think they had to win 2 out of the 3, and they couldn't do it. They got beat all 3 games. And that knocked them out of the conference championship.
Yeah.
And the playoffs, yes.
Beatrice, thanks for chiming in. Who won the boys' game? This is the boys' game, Saints lead. There was no JV game, if that's what you're talking about. Usually there's a JV game before this. We're in the 5th inning of this one. Saints leading 8-1. As Colton does a very rare thing for Colton in giving a free base.
Takes the ball low.
Leadoff hitter, shortstop, flew out to left and got a single in the 3rd.
Now we got a guy in for a double play. We got 8-1 ball game here. Nobody out, top of 5. And we got a ground ball down third base line, but foul ball by a lot.
The runner on first base is junior Jacob Johnson. And the man at the plate is Maddox Morrison, a freshman. Morrison with a .229 average, .471 on base percentage. Great pitch.
Strike.
.63 miles per hour, according to our friend Little Debbie.
How fast does he go? Got a ground ball to our third baseman to see if he can roll this thing. We go ahead, and we do not. Woo-hoo-hoo. Close. Close.
69 miles per hour on the pitch. Got the leading runner out. We'll take that.
Jace was stretching as far as he could go and couldn't do her.
Catcher's up, struck out and grounded out to 3rd. He's 0 for 2 on the night.
Although this is kind of bound to happen when I have 4 brothers. So.
On that double play ball there, it's a longer throw. You're from third to
Yeah.
second and second to 1. And you're about a half a step, quarter step too late.
Steve Beelan, thanks for chiming in. Nice play. Nice job by Mason. 7 innings in 2 games. Mason pitched 34. Don't quote me on that. I'm not the expert here, but I believe 34 pitches earlier today at North Butler, and then came in here to start this one.
So what didn't he have 60 something here?
Yeah, I think 60.
What'd Mason have for pitch count, Megan?
I don't know.
She doesn't know, she says.
He's allowed 110, and we did confirm. I think we were talking about that a little bit.
Well, I was going to say, you
Kirby.
had to become pretty close to that maybe today.
And you can't pitch your second game of a doubleheader if you've pitched more than 40 in the first.
What?
So, yep.
Never read that stat.
Well,
Or
Kirby and I were
rule.
talking about it today, but our voices weren't working today, so you just had to listen to the sounds
If you
of the game.
play, if you run a doubleheader, you can't pitch more than 40 in the first to come into the second.
Correctamundo.
So if you, yeah.
Stolen base.
Yeah, Schnabel needs to come up a little closer on that one. So they got a stolen base.
So Mason could pick up 2 wins today.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, exactly. How about that? That's a good stat.
Number 6, Waylon Grover, an 8th grader. 5 singles on the year.
With him
132.
leaving, we got a ground ball going to our third baseman. Gus goes ahead and watches him. He's good there.
Cuts it off.
Did a
so it
reflow.
didn't go to Porter.
Yeah.
5-3. We got 2 down. Runner on second.
Zay did a great job with that one, pulling her out of the dirt.
Yep, looked really well.
Zayd's come a long way. He used to be an outfielder for us, so had a
What grade's he
good
in?
bat. He's sophomore this year, but
Okay.
man, he's been just lighting up the infield.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, hitting pretty well.
Does he play football too?
Fun to see him develop.
Yeah.
Does he?
Colton, yeah, I'm sure he does.
Zayd.
Oh,
Well,
Zayd?
Colton actually doesn't. I know that, but Zayd.
Oh, he doesn't?
No, Colton does not. Zayd.
The lineman?
That's a question mark. I believe he does, and I think you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Those linemen, you don't see those guys. They're just kind of bundled up there.
Yep.
And
Nice
massive
breaking ball
humanity.
there.
Kind of a half swing, kind of whatever you want to call it. But
0-2.
Sam Hutcher, senior.
Need to set him down.
327.
One more here. Ooh, fouls are on off.
In case we have new listeners tonight, the other night, I think it was West Fork, Eric and I were talking about where's the biggest tree in Iowa?
Yes, we were.
And right here in Mitchell County.
Oh, I think it's in Worth County.
Nope.
No, Mitchell
Nope.
County.
It still is
We
in Worth.
confirm.
It is in Mitchell.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Okay.
We're told it's in a
Strike 3.
ditch. In a ditch on Balsam Avenue.
Yep. I drove
between
by it there like 3 weeks ago.
470th and 485th Street.
Yep.
So
Called third strike for out number 3, and
No hits, no runs.
yeah, we drove by it, and the only reason I did because I got alerted of it at a graduation party, so we gotta go check this out. So
I
we
need to
did.
do the same thing.
It is a big tree. Saints are coming up with Mason and Joe Clevin are top.
Saints TV's goal to bring the game to those who are unable to cheer from the stands. Watching the stream is free. Creating it is not. Please consider donating to our cause through our donation partner, Give Butter. 100% of your donation goes directly to the St. Ansgar school system, where it is used for the education of our students, the equipment used to create these streams, and the athletic department so that our students can keep competing in the sports that are near to their hearts. Thank you for supporting St. Ansgar, and thank you for giving butter.
This broadcast is made possible thanks to the generous contributions of the advertisers you see here, as well as the Foundation for the Enhancement of Mitchell County and the Saints Legacy Fund.
Every single job that we do, either one or both of the owners are on the roof overseeing and often installing the products, which is something that we really pride ourselves on and make sure that we're going above and beyond.
Thank you, Patterson.
Yeah,
Seed
but
and
he's
Zayd's hitting.
taking Mason's spot
Right.
in the batting order.
Right.
Zayd Shell up to bat.
We got a pop fly going short center, right? No, second baseman got a hold of it. So 1 pitch, pops it up to the second baseman.
Nice zip on that from the, looks like a young lefty out
Great.
there.
Yep. So yeah, Clarksville went ahead and did a pitching change here.
64 miles an hour was that pitch. New pitcher is Jacob Johnson, a junior.
Joe Clevenger up 1 for 2 on the night, single and a ground out to short.
Your glass breaking over there, then that foul ball up against the fence there. I just got a text from the wife, and one of our dogs just went crazy thinking like somebody's breaking into the house. Joe Clev goes ahead and grounds to the shortstop, overthrows first base.
Shoot, that was tricky right there, man. I think that it went right through the open door and hit that same window again on that Ranger out there.
Maybe.
E6, but Joe advanced to second on the bad throw. Anthony 1 for 3 on the night with a couple RBIs.
Just a word of advice there, Lori, that now that we know this, old Candle Genius is going to be running that glass
might
breaking
be overtime.
thing like a lot.
That'd be the crack of the bat sound effect from here on out.
Yeah, Lily is not going to like it. That's the dog's name, by the way.
But you got a guard dog. I think my guard.
We got 3 of these little ankle biters running around the house. So you're not going to get in our house without somebody knowing about it, because trust me, they'll wake up the neighbors. Schnabel takes a line shot on down to right field, and he bobbles it out to right field. That's going to go ahead and bring Joe Clev in, and he's going to stand up at second base.
Single for Anthony and an error advanced him to second. RBI, though, Joe would have scored. So can these dogs retrieve a pheasant for you?
Oh, the pheasant's bigger than the dog.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty tough.
I always
if the
figured,
grass is more than 6 inches tall, so I'd say no.
Figured, hey, if I want a dog, you better be able to fetch him up for me.
No, don't come looking at us. No, they're definitely not hunting dogs. If he gets scared from glass, imagine when he does it, he hears a gunshot go off. Don't think that's a real good option.
Oh, boy.
Stolen third base, pass ball, and Anthony is going to come walking home, and that's going to be number 10.
2 on the throw.
You can at least give him a stolen base, Kirby.
10-1, and we just need one more to call this a game here. If we get her
pass ball.
The stolen base is a no-go?
Yeah, not on that one. Sorry.
The third base stolen base?
Yeah, no.
You don't think he would have made it if that throw was good?
Is that an issue if you think we make it, or
was he going right away?
I think
he was going.
Right.
Yes, he was going.
Nice hard hit ball right in the gap of right center. And Gus, no. He's going to turn around.
Minor unofficial, but I'll change it from PB to SB.
Well, he was stealing, so he was stealing.
Just to keep Eric happy.
So we can negotiate these things with you here, Kirby?
Just to keep Eric happy.
Okay. Well, that's why the catcher threw it to third in the first place, was to try and get the stealing runner.
Well, because the catcher didn't catch it, though. It was a pass ball.
Pass. I thought you were referring to pass. Got it. I see what you're saying.
Well, we just got to get Gus around and we can go home.
Right.
It's not a steal if it's a pass ball. Man, I tell you what, these.
Jace 2 for 3 on the night. No RBIs, but he scored once. Had a fly out center. Short lead by Gus. Catcher's trying to get him.
Oh, yep.
Smart catcher.
Yes, it was.
Nice throw by the catcher. Yeah.
Yes, it was. That made it quick. Gus will be our winning runner here if we can get him around the bases. He goes ahead and takes off for second base, and he goes in head first for safe. No, we need is a hit to the outfield, and we can call her a night.
Saints' goal would be to win 2 games and 9 innings.
Mm-hmm.
1 out
today.
Jay Suisaw up to bat for the Saints. And we've got our hard hit ball up the center field, and that's going to do it. That hit the gap, so he's going to go ahead with a walk-off double. How about that? And that's going to be the game for us tonight, fellas.
Great job, Jace. Way to finish this one off. Saints are going to win this one 11-1 in 5 innings. One earlier, 19-1 in 4. That was a hot one. That's
three hits and 3 runs.
That's what we got there in
that inning.
Bottom of 5.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, 3. I got the Saints for 10 hits on the night.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Well, not too shabby. These Saints win 2 varsity games today, 1 conference at North Butler, and then the final game of the season right here, Saints are victorious.
So that puts them at what for a record here now then?
17 and
18 and 7.
18 and 7. Thank you, Kirby. Girls win tonight at North Butler in 10 innings. They won that one 4-3. And the girls will play softball on Monday night. They will be at Turkey Valley.
I don't know. I haven't looked at their schedule. I was
playing Turkey Valley?
Playing Turkey Valley. Now, that one, here's the scoop. They played Turkey Valley earlier this year, and we tried to stream it. There is not good enough cell service to stream that game. So we will not be. And we would normally, we will stream every game that we can, especially when it comes to postseason, but we're not even going. And it cost us a fair amount of money to stream those high school playoff games. So we are not going to even apply for that one simply because the cell service is not good enough for us to stream that game. So got to be there, and you should. Get over to Turkey Valley. Where is that? Where's Turkey Valley?
Jackson Junction.
Jackson Junction, Iowa.
Go to New Hampton and then head east. I'm not. Is it 18?
I think Highway 18. Yep.
That'd be 18.
And it's out in the middle of nowheres, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Has it still got that milk processing plant, IMPI, up there?
Gosh, I don't even know. I'm not
Did
sure.
is that unless I'm thinking of something, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I remember going over there playing football.
Fredericksburg's got a big milk processing.
That's in the area.
That's maybe it was that then. Yeah.
Well, that's south, but okay. For the boys tournament Saturday, we have West Bend and Northwood playing, and whoever wins that game will play in St. Ansgar next Tuesday.
Tuesday night, you're going to want to be here for that.
So the goals or one of the goals for years is to try and get a 20-win season here. So if we end up 18-7 right now, we got to get into round 2 of the playoffs here to get that goal met.
That is correct, sir.
Boys tournament games are all Saturdays and Tuesdays, so I'm not sure how the girls are running.
They usually start at like 5:30 also, or not?
7 o'clock, I think I heard Glenn announce.
That might be right. 7 o'clock. I'm down with that. 7:30 sometime. It's the only game. And they have done in the past that you're right. They've done a doubleheader.
A doubleheader, yeah.
But I don't believe that's the situation this year.
All right.
So
if you hit the website for the Boys Association and just click on Tournament Central, 1A baseball, we are sub-state 2, and it'll give you the full bracket.
Okay.
If you want to look, and I think Newman is. I was looking today. They're either in sub-state 1 or 3.
Yeah, there wouldn't be 1 because that would put us together with them. So there would be in 3 because we'll play 1 and 2 would play each other in the state qualifier, right?
Okay.
Yep.
And then we don't. Newman and St. Andrew do not meet up.
We wouldn't meet up again until
not till state. Not till state. That would be.
And we wouldn't know what round state there because there's 3 games to play there to win it.
Takes 3 to win it.
Okay.
And if you lose a game, you're done. They don't play a consolation or
where
anything.
girls softball does.
Yep.
I know Minnesota baseball state or even their district play. After their season, you got consolation round.
Well, in Minnesota basketball, they play. I think they play all the way out to 8th place.
Oh, they do.
I know they play like 5th place.
Wow.
And
jeez.
Yeah. I mean, our association. This is my opinion. They like to make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if
why not make more games then, right?
Well, if your team makes it to Des Moines and say you know, because they seed them now. Okay, you're the 8th seed, and you say you're, 15-8.
Mm-hmm.
Got to play somebody that's 25-0. Your odds aren't the best, but you got Drake with the basketball floor and all those high schools down there.
Mhm.
I mean, your fans are still going to go watch your high school team play,
Yep.
even if it's out the backside. But
Right.
still,
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
you're right.
You played 25, 30 games all year. What's a couple more? Let them play.
Mhm.
That's
Right.
just my opinion.
Right. Right. Well, you could still have a very good team
Oh, yeah.
that gets knocked out in the first round, and they could very well be probably a third or fourth place team.
Yeah.
But they never get a chance.
No.
Yeah,
So-
it's an honor to be at state, and you're just
Oh, it
like, hey,
is.
just extend that, right?
Right.
Just give them a
Yep.
chance to get some extra games in.
I wish
To
they
get-
would do it in baseball, but now we got the pitch count thing going on too, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's
That changes
that's changes things a lot too. But if you got deep pitching, and you can do
Well,
this, or you got an
and-
off night and you don't play so well, and you come back and win a few more, and you get fourth place.
Riker Hoffman's mother, this is many, many years ago. She pitched for Green
Okay.
High School, and I umpired when she was pitching.
Well, now we've got to talk to her about your play calling.
yeah.
then.
And she asked me the other day, she says, well, when did St. Ansgar go to state? Well, we figured out it was 1988 for girls softball. And she said, well, we went in 89, meaning Green.
Okay.
But at that time, there was 16 schools. That was it.
Oh.
No classes or nothing. It's like now you got 40 teams down there.
Uh-huh.
8 times 5, and then we finished 14th that year. They played everything out. We lost first round, lost second round. So then the next game, Tracy Turhark threw a perfect game. 21 up, 21 down. We won that.
Huh.
And then we got beat again. So we finished 1-3, but finished in 14th place. But you're playing
Every school.
Des Moines Dowling, or
Sure.
You're graduating 60 kids up here, and they're graduating 2,000.
Right.
That's wild.
And
They got the bigger pool to pick from.
yeah, so over the years that's changed now with 5 classes. which
So when
makes
did
it-
we start going to classes?
Well, I'm not sure.
I don't remember a time that there wasn't. We were always
Well,
weren't we 2A at one time?
could have been softball. But see, back then it was just 16 teams made it, and that was it. Didn't matter how big you were. But we went, well, I think it was 2014. Alex Patterson was our pitcher, and we qualified that year. And we could have been 2A, I'm not sure.
Yep, because
But we ended up playing for 7th and 8th, and we ended up playing Green.
Yeah.
So playing a conference game down at Fort Dodge.
Yep, that would have been a right. Yeah, exactly. That would have been my niece would have been playing on that page. Salts would have been.
Yeah.
She was a third baseman.
So
I suppose that could happen, even in today's.
Well, look what's going to
setup.
happen here. Let's say we go all the way, and all of a sudden we meet up with Newman.
Yep.
For the state title.
It could happen.
Here's our conference game again.
It could happen. You bet.
Hopefully it's a little different than what turned out there last night.
Well, it's hard to beat a team 3 times, so
It is
we
hard.
should hope for that game.
It is hard. It is very hard. Yep.
Well, there you have it. There. Thank you, Kirby, and
Yeah.
thank you, Denny Sauls, for you guys' help. This ends the regular season. We'll be back up here on Tuesday night with the winner of Northwood versus
West Bend Mallard.
And we're saying 7 o'clock?
We're gonna say 7 o'clock. It'll be 7:30. But if you heard 7, that sounds like a reasonable time to start a playoff game.
Yep.
West Bend is 6-12, and Northwood is 5-15. So. And
So if you want, that'll be Saturday. So if you want to go
Saturday.
to Northwood, watch that game. Because is that at Northwood?
I'm not even sure. I didn't even look at
I
that.
couldn't tell you that.
You know, I don't know either. Check it out. It's on Bound. All right, that's it for us. Ladies play in tournament play Monday at Turkey Valley. Saints will play here versus the winner of that game on Saturday. That's it. We'll talk to you then. Have a great 4th of July. Thanks for
See you
joining
Tuesday
us.
night.